What's up, guys? Today we're going to go over how to make an automatic chicken farm. So the farm essentially has an area where chickens will sit and lay eggs. Those eggs will get collected by hoppers. It'll go into a dispenser. The dispenser is hooked up to a comparator timer thing that will essentially have the dispenser dispense the eggs as it gets them. Those eggs will hatch, or some of them will hatch into baby chickens on top of this slab here. And then when they grow up, they'll get suffocated, and then they will drop their items into this chest. I know there's some designs that have lava here, or they use some sort of variation of fire, but I kept having it basically burn like 80% of my items, so I opted not to do that. But with that, let's jump right in. All right, so to build it, you're going to need one slab. I don't think it matters which kind of slab it is. You need one redstone repeater, one redstone comparator. You're going to need 7 redstone dust, and then you're going to need 10 hoppers. You can have more than 10 hoppers or less than 10 hoppers. I have 9 hoppers here and then 1 hopper right there. But if you want to change the shape of this little chamber here, you're perfectly welcome to do that. You can decrease the size or you can increase the size. It's up to you. You're also going to need at least 1 chest. You can have more chests here to have more items. You might need more hoppers if you add more chests though. You also need some sort of building blocks. I like using glass a lot, and I think I use stone bricks for most of it. And then you also need to be able to get the chickens into the chamber, which I will show you methods of doing that as well. All right, so to begin, what we need to do is place hoppers. So I'm just going to place our dispenser, which I think I did it right here. This dispenser will face into the direction that your chests are going to be in. So if you want your chest to be somewhere specific, this has to face that direction. Then we place the hoppers into the dispenser. So I had a 3x3 area, but you can make it any shape that you want. The main thing is that you have to have the hoppers all facing into the dispenser somehow. So I did these three facing into each other, and then the 3 on the sides face into the middle, and this side as well. So I did 3x3, but you can do however many hoppers you want. Next, we can build some walls around it. I don't think you need any of the corners. I like some of the corners, just because that's just how I like the look of it. I do recommend, though, before you have the chickens in there, building at least 1 extra layer of walls here, so that getting the chickens into here without them getting out is much easier. Once they're all in there, the ceiling can be 1 block high, and they'll be pretty comfortable in there. But, you know, just for getting the chickens in there, it's easier if there's too high walls. So now you have a couple methods of getting the chickens in there. One method is putting chickens in directly using like trap doors on the walls and then just pulling them in with seeds. And you can also breed them with seeds, and that'll go pretty quick. Or the other method is finding eggs, and you can essentially throw the eggs on the wall or a little bit higher than the wall, and it will spawn baby chickens. So either way, you're going to be able to get the chickens into the middle. I'm going to use creative mode, and I'm just going to spawn a whole bunch of them in. Whoops. We got a rogue one. Get in there. All right. And yeah, you can spawn basically as many as your cramming rules will allow you. Spawn or like breed or whatever. If you have cramming rules on, you'll see that once there are too many in there, they'll start dying, and that's kind of your limitation there for how many you can have. So once we have a good amount, we can put our wall, and you might have to try to put the blocks down and wait for them to stop jumping and stuff. And then, like I said, you can probably get rid of the corners if you want, and I'll just demonstrate that right here. So you don't have to have those corners there anymore. All right, so with this chamber, what we want to do is I'm going to make it where we make the timer for the dispenser first. So what I had to do for that was on one of the sides, I don't think it really matters which one, we put an opaque block next to the dispenser. It has to be opaque because the comparator won't be able to read it otherwise. We put a comparator facing out and facing away from the dispenser. We're going to right click it to put it in subtract mode. So this little torch in the front will be on. And then we're going to go put 3 redstone in the corner here. So it goes from the front of it and then it goes into the side. And this is just to make it where it'll turn off and on until the dispenser dispenses enough eggs. It won't dispense all the way to 0. There'll be like 16 in here or something like that. But it'll dispense it every time it gets new ones. Off the side of this, what I'm going to do, I guess that doesn't have to be glass. We're going to do a redstone here. Sorry, no, we're not. We're going to do glass here. And then we're going to do glass here. And then I'm going to put a redstone repeater right in front of that glass. And then we're going to put an opaque block. I have to be fast about this. We should have done this first. Opaque block on top of the dispenser so that the redstone will power the dispenser. And then I'm going to put redstone on top of it as well, going from the repeater. I apologize if you didn't do this after you put all the chickens in there. That needs to be an opaque block. Okay, so we should be able to see, and I can test this right now. If I put eggs into it, if there's enough eggs in it, it should be able to dispense them over and over again. So if I just put eggs, it'll just like shoot them out until it essentially reaches some value. And then when it goes above that value, it will dispense more of them. All right. So now in front of the dispenser, what we want to do is place a half slab on the bottom so that, you can't see the dispenser's mouth. And then we're going to place some sort of walls around this little slab area. I like to use glass just so I can keep an eye on it, but it doesn't have to be glass at all. And then we're going to put an opaque block on top of it. I believe if this is glass, it won't work. So it has to be some sort of opaque block so that the grown-up chickens will essentially have their head inside of it. Then we place a chest right here. I placed it right here. There's nothing stopping you from putting it somewhere else. And then we place a hopper facing into that chest that's under the slab. So essentially what will happen, is they'll lay their eggs. This will dispense them. When they grow up, they'll die and drop their items into the chest. You could, of course, add more chests. So like if you wanted to add more storage, you could, do 2 chests. You could even do chest down here and then add another hopper on the bottom if you want more storage space like that. I'm not going to do that because I don't think I need it that much. So this is essentially the entire design. If you want to be able to cook them, you could replace this block right here with lava. The lava won't flow into the slab, but I will warn you if you do that, while you might get cooked chicken, you're going to be burning most of your items. So the efficiency is going to go way down. That could be compensated by making this chamber bigger. But I find it's just easier to get more chickens and feathers and then just smelting it using some sort of regenerative source of fuel, such as wood or something like that. All right, guys, that'll be it for this video. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope to see you next time.